Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games in Anchorage, Alaska, where I will be fighting a 750-point battle between my Deathwatch and Hogshead's Forces of Chaos. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Deathwatch were sent to a planet because they suddenly had this influx of a Xenos force, like a lesser-known Xenos subspecies that had been ravaging the planet and disrupting the production and slaughtering the citizens on the planet. So the Deathwatch were sent in to go clear them out so that the planet could get back to normal. During the course of their mission, as they were purging the alien, they discovered information that led them to believe that these aliens had been corrupted by the forces of chaos, that they had been corrupted by the forces of Nurgle, to be more specific. So they discovered the location of a shrine to chaos that had been the center of power for these Xenos forces. So they decided to go and investigate to find out what was going on and see if they needed to call in any of the other Ordos to come in and kind of take care of the situation. But when they arrived, they realized that they had fallen into an ambush from the forces of chaos. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing a modified relic mission where that is going to be the relic and it is going to remain stationary because they're trying to keep me off of this shrine and we're trying to hold the shrine so that we can get further forces in here and cleanse it for the Emperor. That's the mission we're going to be playing. Before we go any further though, let's show you the two armies that we'll be fighting it out today. So for the Deathwatch, I'll be running a Black Spear Strike Force. Leading off the Strike Force in the command slot, we have a Watch Captain with a Xeno Phase Blade. We have an Aquila Kill Team with a Librarian with a Force Axe. We have two Infernus Heavy Bolters, two Deathwatch Shotguns, and a Frag Cannon. We have a 5-man Veteran Squad with 5 Bolters, and the Sergeant has a Xeno Phase Blade. And last but not least, we have a Land Raider Crusader. And for Chaos, he'll be running a Chaos Space Marine Combined Arms Detachment and a Demon Allied Detachment. Leading off the Combined Arms Detachment, we have a Chaos Lord with Terminator Armor, Veterans of the Long War, the Mark of Nurgle, Sigil of Corruption, Ichor Blood, Gift of Mutation, Combi Bolter, Chain Fist, and Blight Grenades. We have two 5-man Plague Marine squads, each with a Melt-A-Gun, each with a Plague Champion, and each of those Plague Champions has a Power Sword and Melt-A-Bomb. And then for the Allied Detachment for the Demons, he has leading it off, we have a Herald of Nurgle, who is a level 2 Psyker with a greater and a lesser reward. We then have a 10-man Plague Bearer squad with an Icon of Chaos, an Instrument of Chaos, and a Plague Ridden with a lesser reward. Alright, so those are the armies. Going over deployment, I have my Land Raider here. Inside there is the Aquila Kill Team, and attached to them is going to be my Watch Captain. So they're inside there, and my other Veteran Squad is going to be held in reserves. They'll be arrived by Deep Strike, which they can do because of running the Black Spear Strike Force. Going over deployment now for the Forces of Chaos, his Warlord trait was, what was it? The Master of Deception, which allowed him to bring D3 units and infiltrate them. So he got 2, so he infiltrated one of his 5-man Plague Marine squads over here, the other 5-man Plague Marine squad over there, and everything else is going to be held in reserves. He's going to try to Deep Strike his Chaos Lord, and then the Demon forces are going to come in from reserves as well. So that is the deployment as of right now. So as of right now, the forces of the Deathwatch will be going first, unless he can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. No, the opposite of 6. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. All right, so movement phase here for the Deathwatch on turn 1. My Land Raider moved up 6 inches, and then these guys disembarked over here, looking onto them. So that's it for movement phase. So moving on to the psychic phase, I rolled a 5, leaving me with 6 dice, leaving my opponent with 5 dice. First thing we're going to cast is Emperor's Wrath from here onto them. So I'm gonna roll 3 dice, looking for 1. Going off with 3. Do you want to try to deny it? That's the it's a witch fire. So
yeah, I'm gonna try.
All right, gonna try to deny this. Looking for 6s. We got 1 6, so it will go off. So we'll come back to you with that. All right, so it's a Witchfire, range 18, strength 5, AP 3, assault 1, blast. So I'm going to try to place it on top of that middle guy there. So let's see if it scatters. Wow, that is going to scatter a bit. Oh, wow, 11. So that's going to be scattering, what is that, 7 inches? So that's not going to hit anyway, because that's not going to be enough to get out of here. So, all right, and now I've got 3 dice left. I'm going to cast Psychic Fortress onto him. Needing 1, getting it with 1 fill phase. So that is it for the psychic phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 1. Starting with the shooting phase, they are going to shoot into them. So we're going to start with the 2 shotgun guys in the front there. They're going to use the Crypt Clearer round. So these are strength 4, AP dash, assault 2 with shred. So hitting on 3s. Okay, re-rolling 1s because they've got the Führer tactics. All right, so we got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. I got 2 fill faces. So looking for 2 3-ups. 1 fails, so 1 is... Oh, he's got a feel no pain though, right?
Yes.
Yes, Plague Marines have a feel no pain. And he's good. Well done. All right, so now the Infernus Heavy Bolters are going to fire into them. So we've got 3 shots from each of them. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of Führer tactics. Okay, that's a lot of juice. So we got 2 hits, strength 5, toughness 5. So now these are going to be wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. He's good. All right, so now the frag cannon is going to fire into them. So he's got 2 shots coming in here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Führer tactics. So that is 2 hits. Strength 7, AP 3, so looking for 2s to wound. Rerolling 1s because they're the Aquila kill team. All right, so that is 2 wounds. Looking for 4-up cover saves. Oh, and he is good. Well done. So now moving on to my my Land Raider here. We're going to start with the assault cannon firing into him, hitting on 3s. No twin link, no need for that. So strength 6, toughness 5. So wounding on 3s, 6s are rending. Okay, don't get any tactics for him. So I got 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. Ooh, both failed. Feel no pain. He makes 1, so he takes 1 dead. All right, then I'm going to use Power of the Machine Spirit to power one of the Hurricane Bolters to be firing at full ballistic skill, and one is going to have to snap fire. So the black ones are going to be hitting on 6s, the green ones are going to be hitting on 3s. Everything's twin linked. All right, twin linked. All right, pretty good. So we got 4 hits, strength 4, toughness 5, so looking for 5s to wound. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. He makes them both. All right, and that is it for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Forces of Chaos on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Forces of Chaos. These guys moved 4 inches over this way, and these guys just stood where they were. So that's it for the movement phase. His Psyker isn't on the table yet, bless you. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so moving on to the shooting phase, this squad's going to fire into my Aquila kill team over here. So he's going to start with the Meltagun, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That's a wound, and that is a dead. Whoop, bop. And now we've got the bolters that are going to fire. There's 2 guys there with bolters left, so these are a rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. All right, we got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. He's good. Woo! And that is it for the Forces of Chaos turn here. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here. He moved 12 inches, or 6 inches over this way. These guys moved up 6 inches over this way, and that's it. My other reserves failed to come in this turn. So, moving on to the psychic phase, I rolled a 2, leaving me with 3 dice, leaving my opponent with 2 dice. I'm going to try to cast Emperor's Wrath on these guys over here. So, needing a 1, going off with a 2. Can you get 2 6s? No, he cannot. So, it goes off. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so I'm going to drop it onto the middle guy over there, which is actually going to hit 3 guys there if it goes. So let's see if it scatters. It will not scatter, so it'll hit those 3 guys. So that's strength 5, toughness 5. So looking for 4s to wound. Okay, we got 2 wounds. I don't know if witchfires count for the. Hold on a second. All right, so the Aquila Kill Team rule doesn't state anything about not including witchfire. So if you think I'm wrong, yell at me in the comments below. But if I'm going to go with a reroll, my opponent agrees. So looking for 4 on this. Getting that wound, so that's 3, AP 3. So looking for 3, 4 up, cover saves. You got 2. Oh, 3. Sorry, that one's rolled over there. All right, so we got 3. They're good.
I was about to say, I don't agree to the reroll.
He doesn't agree to the reroll all of a sudden. So yeah, so they're good. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so this squad is going to fire into them. We're going to start with my shotgun guy. He's going to use the crypt clearer round. So we got 2 shots hitting on 3s. All right, that's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Re-rolling because of shred. We got 1 wound, 3 up armor save. He's good. All right, now we're going to use the heavy flamer portions of the Infernus heavy bolters onto them. So we got 2 hits from each of them. So we got 4 hits coming in here. Strength 5, toughness 5, looking for 4s. Okay, so we got 3 wounds, 3 up armor saves. Fails 1, looking for feel no pain. He's good. And now the frag cannon is going to fire into them. We've got 2 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of the Fuhrer tactics. Don't get to reroll it again. So now we got strength. He's within 12 inches, so strength 9, AP 2. That's a wound. Looking for a 4 up cover save. He's good. Wow.
Oh, man.
Feeling hot tonight. All right, now the 2 guys there are going to fire with their bolt pistols. They're going to use the Hellfire rounds, which is poison 2+ rounds. The black is going to be the Librarian, hitting on 3. The green is going to be my Watch Captain, hitting on 2s. All right, re-rolling because of Fuhrer tactics. All right, so that's 2 hits. Poison 2 up. All right, that's 2 wounds, 3 up armor saves. Failed 1, feel no pain. No, so 1 of them goes down. All right, now my Land Raider is going to fire into these guys. We're going to go with the Assault Cannon first, hitting on 3s. Twin linked. All right, so that's 4 hits, strength 6, wounding on 3s. 6s are rending. He doesn't get tactics, so it's 2 wounds, 2 3-ups. He's good. And now one of the Hurricane Bolters is going to use Power of the Sheen Spear to fire into them. The other one's going to be Snap Firing since he moves 6 inches. Green is going to be hitting on 3s. Black is going to be hitting on 6s. All of them twin linked. All right. Twin linked. All right, pretty good. Strength 4, toughness 5, looking for 5s to wound. All right, so we got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. 1 failed, feel no pain. He's not good, so 1 of them is dead. All right, so that is actually going to be it for the shooting phase, and I am not going to charge. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Forces of Chaos here on turn 2. All right, movement phase here for the Forces of Chaos. These guys moved up towards him. These guys came in from reserves over here. These guys came down over here, and his Chaos Lord actually came in, but Deep Strike mishapped, and he went into ongoing reserves. So we'll see him next turn. So that is it for movement phase for the Forces of Chaos. We'll come back to you after psychic with the psychic phase. All right, so he is going. My opponent rolled a 1, leaving me with 2 dice, leaving him with 3 dice. So now his guy here is going to cast Stream of Corruption onto my Aquila Kill Team over here. So looking for how many are you looking for?
Just 1.
Just 1. So it goes off with 1. I'm going to try to deny it. I am denying on 5s and 6s because I am a psyker in there. And it is denied. Woo! So that is it for the psychic phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so he is going to use breath of, what is it? Breath of warp breath. And he's going to fire it into the squad over here. So hitting on a 2. No, he does not hit. All right. All right, now this squad's going to fire into the Aquila Kill Team. So we've got 2 bolt pistols and a melta-gun. Melta-gun is going to be the orangey one there. So hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 2s and 4s. Okay, we just got the 1 wound, and it's out in the open, so he is dead. All right. All right, this squad's going to fire into him, so we're going to shoot with the melta-gun, hitting on a 3. Oh, no hit there. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase, so we'll come back to you with the assault phase. All right, assault phase, these guys are going to charge into here, needing 6 inches for this charge. And not getting it. All right, and then these guys are going to charge in here, so we'll come back to you with the Overwatch. All right, so starting off here, we're going to do with the Infernus Heavy Bolters. We've got they're going to use the Flamers, so Wall of Death on these, 2 D3s. So we got 2 for each. So 4 wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of tactics. Or because of, because of the Aquila Kill Team. So not getting anything, a whole bunch of 3s. All right, then we're going to have Wall of Death from the Frag Cannon. He's got 2 shots with that, so. All right, so that's 3, 4. Strength 6, toughness with rending on this. So wounding on 3s. All right, so we just got 3 wounds. 3 up armor saves. Failed 1. Feel no pain. He's good. And then we've got the bolt pistols that we will use. So we're going to use the poison 2+ on these as well. Hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because of Fury tactics. All right. 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 3 up. He's good, and they made their charge distance into there. So we will move them in, and we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so at initiative 5, my watch captain is going to go first. He declared a challenge, and I accepted with my watch captain. So he has 3 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combo weapon. He is going to be hitting on 3s. Reroll. All right, rerolling 1s because of Fury tactics. All right. And these are now going to be wounding on 5s, AP 3. So we got 2 wounds, 2 feel no pains. Oh, come on. What? That is brutal. All right, so I'm going to be coming back with the rest of my guys over here. All right, so my other guys are going to go in there. So I've got 3 guys with 2 base attacks each because they're veterans. So they are going to be hitting on, what's your weapon skill again? 4? Yeah, so they're going to be hitting on 4s. All right, re-rolling 1s. Okay, don't get to re-roll it twice. So we got 3 hits, wounding on 5s. Re-rolling 1s because of the Aquila Kill Team. All right, so we just got 1 wound, 3 up armor save. He's good, wow. So many 6s, so many 6s. All right, we'll come back to you with his attacks.
Challenge here.
All right, so now we're going to go into the challenge first. His Plague Champion is going to go here. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s. All right, re-rolling first round of combat because of hatred. Wow, okay, really good. All right, so you've got 4 hits, wounding on 4s. Strength 4. Yeah, strength 4. Yeah, yes, use you. All right, we got 2 wounds. I'm going to be taking them both. He's got Iron Halo save, so 2 4-ups. Made 1, failed 1, so he'll take 1 wound. And then you've got your other guys who each have 1 base plus 1 for extra close combo weapon plus 1 for the charge each, hitting on 4s. All right, re-rolling because of the first round of combat. That one was a hit, so 1 miss. Now these are strength 4, wounding on 4s. All right, plague knives are not, they don't have AP anything, right? So it's just 4 wounds. 4 3-up armor saves. Failed 2 of them. All right. Hey, and now we're moving in here to my librarian with his force axe. So we've got 2 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. So hitting on 3s. That one's cocked. All right, so we got 3 hits. Strength +1, AP 2. So these are going to be wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 1 feel no pain. He's unbelievable. All right, so well done there, sir. Let me see. I'm going to come back to you and figure out if I am fearless. All right, so he is not fearless. So I lost combat by 3. So I've got leadership 10 down to leadership 7. So looking for a 7. Make that. So we are going to be locked in combat. All right, so that is it for the Forces of Chaos turn here on turn 2. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 3. He just pivoted a bit looking onto them, and my reserves are still not coming in. So we will move now on to that's about it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do the psychic phase because none of my powers I have. Oh, actually, you know what? No. Well, no. You've only got 1 wound each of these guys, right? Yeah, so there's no use in me doing that. So I will be moving on now into the shooting phase. All right, so starting the shooting phase, he is going to fire into them. We're going to go with the assault cannon first, hitting on 3s. Twin linked. All right, 4 hits. Wounding on 3s, 6s are rending. All right, so we got 2 regular armor saves and 1 invul and 1 just feel no pain. So let's do the 2 armor saves, looking for 3-ups. Makes them both, and then we got feel no pain. No, so 1 guy will go down. All right, now the 2 hurricane bolters are going to fire into them. We've got, they're in rapid fire range, so that is going to be 12 shots coming in here. Hitting on 3s. Twin linked. Pretty good so far. All right. These are going to be wounding on 5s. All righty. We got two wounds. 2 3-up armor saves.
Favorite dice, go.
You kidding me? You kidding me? Oh, man. Brutal. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase for the Deathwatch. So we will come back to you with the fight phase that we've got going on. All right, so moving on to the fight sub phase. My guy is going to go first over there, my watch captain. So he's got 3 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combo weapon. Hitting on 3s. All right, so we got 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. Feel no pain? No, he fails it. So down goes his champion. Yeah. All right, now my last regular veteran's going to go. So he's got 2 attacks. Hitting on 4s. All right, 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. Oh, re-rolling 1s because of Aquila Kill Team. 2 wounds. 2 3-ups. Oh, and they're good. We'll come back to you with the Plague Marines. All right, now the 2 Plague Marines are going to go. They've both got 1 base attack plus 1 for extra close combo weapon, so hitting on 4s. All right, no more hatred, so wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. They're good. Woo! So then we'll come back to you with my Librarian. All right, now my Librarian's going to go. He's got 2 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combo weapon. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of tactics and or Aquila Kill Team. Whoa. Okay, not get to roll it twice. So that's 2 hits. Strength plus 1, so we've got strength 5. Wounding on 4s. Not great. All right, so you lost combat by 1, right?
Yep, but I'm fearless.
Oh, but he's fearless. So they will just be locked in combat. All right, so that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Forces of Chaos on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Forces of Chaos here on turn 3. These guys moved up towards him. These guys all kind of shuffled up towards them. He joined the squad over here. They are locked in combat, and he came in from reserves, deep striking and landing right there. So that is it for movement phase. Do you want to do any psychics, or does he have anything he can do? All right, so we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so my opponent rolled a 4, leaving me with 5 dice, leaving him with 6 dice. He is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence onto him. So, looking for 1, right?
Yep.
Goes off with 2. I'm going to try to deny that. Denying, it's a blessing, right? So just looking for 6s. Nope, not a single 6. So, he has Miasma of Pestilence, which means that at the beginning of the fight subphase, any unit that is locked in combat with his unit has to take the roll a D3, and they suffer a penalty to weapon skill and initiative equal to that number. So we will. That's it for the psychic phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right. So the shooting phase, his melta-gun is going to fire into him, hitting on a 3. That is a hit in melta range. So looking for a 6 to glance. No glance. So that is it for the shooting phase. We will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, the assault phase. They are going to charge into him. They are going to charge into them. So we're going to go over here first. They are in. And then these guys into them. Anything but? Yep, they are in too. So we'll move, bless you. I think Papa Nurgle's taking over my opponent. So that is it for the assault phase. We'll move them in, and then we will come back to you with the fight subphase. All right, so we're gonna start out the fight subphase here. We've got the 1 melta-bomb from his dude bro there. So hitting on a 3. No hit. So that is that. All right, so at the beginning of the fight subphase, he rolled the D3 and it came to a 2, which means that my watch captain now is at initiative 3. These other guys are at initiative, well, he's going to be at 1 because it was unwieldy, and he's going to be at initiative 2. So it's going to be him going at the same time as them. Then he will go, and then everyone else will go because they charge through cover, so they're going to have, because he was coming from back over here. So they are going to be at initiative 1. So, to start off here at initiative 3, we're going to go with my guy and his Plague Marines. So my guy is going to go and he's going to assault into, fight into these guys over here. So I've got, weapon skill is usually 6, so it's now down to a 4. What's your weapon skill for them? 3. So I'm still going to be hitting on 3s. So now I'm going to be, my watch captain there is going to go into the demons over there. So he's going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, 4 hits, which is pretty good. What's your toughness?
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. Wow, okay, so we got 4 wounds. These are now going to be the 5-up invul saves, right?
Yes.
Yep, 5-up invul saves. That one's cocked. All right, so that one that he made, he actually has to re-roll because of the Xeno Phase Sword special rule. Yeah, so it finally came to work. All right, so 4 of them are dead. All right, so now his Plague Marines are going to go. So we've got 4 attacks here, hitting on 4s. All right, so we got 3 hits, wounding on 4s. No wounds, okay. And then my guy is going to go, with the one with the frag cannon, he's going to go into the demons as well. So he's got 2 attacks, hitting on, what's your weapon skill, 3? So his weapon skill is now 2, so he's going to be hitting on 4s. But it's not double, more than double, so he's going to be good for that. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. 2 fill faces, that's got to be a good sign, right? Toughness 4, right? So wounding on 4s. No, never mind. Adds up to a 4. Doesn't mean a dang thing. All right, then we'll come back to you with initiative step 1. All right, so now we're going to go, and his demons and my my librarian are going to go at the same time at initiative step 1 because they charge through cover. So we're going to go with my librarian. He's going to go into the Plague Marines there. His weapon skill is now weapon skill 3. Their weapon skill 4, so I'm going to be hitting on 4s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of Führer tactics. All right, so that's 2 hits. Strength plus 1, so wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, re-rolling 1s because of Aquila Kill Team. All right, so just the 1, AP2, so feel no pain? No, so 1 of them are dead. No, it's into the Plague Marines.
Oh,
into
okay.
Plague Marines. All right, so now his demons are going to get to go in here. So he didn't get to, he couldn't consolidate close enough after the wounds were taken. So now his other guys are going to go. They're going to each have 1 base plus 1 for the charge, except for the Plague Ridden, who's going to have an additional 1. So these are going to be weapon skill what?
3.
Weapon skill 3, so, and their average weapon skill is 3, so 4s. Yep, these are going to be 4s. All right. All right, strength, what is their strength?
Poison 4.
Oh, poison 4 up. So looking for 4s. We got 1. All right, so we've got 1 wound. I'm going to just take that onto my regular guy over there. Or actually, I'm going to take that onto my librarian. So he's got a 3 up. No, so he goes down to 1 wound. All right. And that is the end of combat. So I lost, you lost combat by 4.
By 4, or 5.
4, because I also lost a wound.
Oh, okay.
So I lost combat by 4, so they have to take a demonic instability test, right?
Yes.
All right, what's their leadership? 4. What's their leadership? 4. We're going to figure this out. All right, so he was good. They needed 4, so he's they're good and they are fearless. So we will be locked in combat. So that is it for the Chaos turn here on turn 3. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for Deathwatch on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch on turn 4. He moved back 6 inches so that they couldn't get a free attack. These guys came in, landed there, direct hit, and then passed all their dangerous terrain tests, and they are locked in combat. So that is it for movement phase on turn 4. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so I rolled a 2, leaving me with 3 dice, leaving my opponent with 4 dice, and I'm going to try to cast Force. It goes off with 2. Looking for 2 6s. No, so he has Force off. Sounds good. And that's it for the psychic phase, so we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so he is going to start off the shooting phase with firing into them. We're going to go with the assault cannon first, hitting on 3s. Twin linked. Okay, we got 3 hits. Strength 6, toughness 5, looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we got 2 wounds, 2 3-up armor saves. 1 failed, feel no pain. No, failed that, so 1 of them is dead. All right, now the Hurricane Bolters are going to fire into them. 1 of them is going to use Power of the Machine Spirit. They're all in rapid fire range, so the greens are going to be hitting on 3s. Blacks are going to be hitting on 6s, all twin linked. All righty. So that was a 6. Sounds good. All right, twin linked. Okay, pretty good. All right, so wounding on 5s. We got 1. We got 1 wound. 3-up armor save. He's good. All right, this squad here is going to fire into them. The one guy there is in rapid fire range, so he is. So I've got 6 shots that are going to be coming here. They're going to be using the Hellfire rounds, which are poison 2+. So we've got all these shots hitting on 4s. Oh, hitting on 3s. Sorry, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Fury tactics. Okay. Wounding on 2s. These are not Aquila kill team, so we've just got 4 wounds, 4 3-ups. Failed 1. Feel no pain. And he's good with the feel no pain. Pretty brutal. All right, so at the beginning of the fight subphase, he rolled the D3 because that power is still in effect until his turn, and he got 3. So my guy over there is going to be going at initiative step 2, and everyone else here is initiative step 1, and then he's going to be going at initiative step 3. So he's going to be going first, his Plague Marine over here. So hitting on 4. Actually, hitting on 3s, because -3 from the weapon skill. Yeah. So those doesn't matter. The 6s were good. So 2 hits, wounding on 4s. No wounds from there. All right. All right. So now my my watch captain and his Nurgle demons here are going to go at the same time at initiative step 2. So my captain is going to go in. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 4s since now he's been dropped down to weapon skill 3. And he's going to the demons there. So looking for 4s. All right, rerolling 1s because of Fury tactics. Don't get to roll it twice. These are now going to be strength 4, toughness 4, right? So wounding on 4s. All right, so we got 1 wound, 5-up invul save.
No.
Reroll. Oh yeah, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't even get to reroll. All right. All right, so now we're actually going to go with his plague bearer there, or not plague bearer, herald. He was supposed to go beforehand, but whatever. We're going to go now because it didn't make a difference. So he's going to be attacking into them. So he's got 3 attacks, right? Hitting on threes. All right, got 2 hits. Poison 4 up. Cocked. All right, so we got 2 wounds. I'm going to try to take it on my guy with the... I'm going to start taking it on my watch captain. So he's going to have a 3 up. He's good. 3 up. No, so he takes a wound. And now the rest of the guys are going to go into here. So we got 6 attacks. Hitting on, what's their weapon skill?
3.
3, so hitting on 3s because they're actually dropped
right.
down.
Yeah,
so hitting on 3s, so we got 3 hits. Poison 4 up. So we got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. I'm going to take this on the on my Dubro with the frag cannon. 3 up. He's good. Woo! All right, now my regular guy is going to go into the demons over here, hitting on 4s. Yep. Wait, -3, right? Weapon skill goes down to 1, so I'm going to be hitting on 5s. Yeah. Hitting on 5s. All right, re-rolling 1s. That's a hit. Wounding on 4s. That's a wound. 5-up invul save. No, so one of them goes down. And now my other guy's going to go into his Plague Marine. So hitting on 5s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. No, adds up to 4, but does not hit. So that is it for combat. I lost 1, you lost 2, so they lost by 2. Lost by 1. So looking for 7. 8. So you lose 1 guy, right, for demonic instability? Or how's that work? We'll figure this out. Yeah, he lost 1 guy there because of demonic instability. But otherwise, they are going to be locked in. So that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 4. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Forces of Chaos on turn 4. All right, movement phase for Chaos. They're continuing moving up along with him over this way. And he's running up over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back, moving on now into the psychic phase. My opponent rolled a 6, leaving me with 7 dice, leaving him with 8 dice. What are you going to try to cast? It's going to try to cast the miasma. So looking for 1.
Why not?
Goes off with 1, 2, 3, 4. So can I get 4 6s? Show me 4 fill faces. Come on. You know you want to 4 fill faces? No, just the 2. So it goes off. That's not great. All right. So that is it for the psychic phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right. So now they are going to shoot into here. So we've got the Meltagun hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Melta range. So looking for 6. That is a penetrating hit. +2 to the result is a 5. So weapon destroyed. So we got 1, 2, 3. 3. So this one is off. Boop. All right. So that is it for the shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase. All right, assault phase. He is going to charge into them. So I'm going to Overwatch. I've got rapid firing bolters here. They're going to use the Hellfire rounds. So poison 2+. Hitting on 6s. All right, pretty good. Don't get to reroll these 1s because he is an HQ choice there. So we got 4 hits. Wounding on 2+. Again, don't get to reroll. So we've got 3 wounds. 3 2-ups. Oh, he failed 1. So he is down to 2 wounds? Or 1 wound? He only has 2 wounds, is it what it's like? We're going to figure that out. And then these guys are going to charge in. And they are in. So that we'll move them in. He is down to 2 wounds because he had 3 total at the beginning. So, did we ever roll for his charge? No, we didn't roll for his charge. So he needs 5 inches on the charge here because he moved the cover, and he is in. So we'll move him in, and then we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, we're going to start off the fight sub phase over here. He's going to try to attack the Melt-A-Bomb. Hitting on a 3. That does hit. Looking for 6 to glance. That is a pen. +2 to the result. It does explode. How far does it explode? 5 inches. We'll figure this one out. All right, and nobody ended up dying in the explosion. So that is that. Moving on. All right, so moving on to this one. He charged through cover there, so we are going to attack first. So we're going to go with my sergeant in the combat there. He's got 2 attacks base. So weapon skill. What's your weapon skill?
Weapon skill is 6.
Weapon skill 6. So hitting on 4s. Not getting to reroll because it is a HQ. So we got 1 hit. Wounding on a 5 because he's got the mark of Nurgle. Nothing there. So then I've got 8 attacks from my other guys that are going to be going in here. These are going to be hitting on 4s. Alrighty. Wow, not great. Wounding on 5s. Nothing there. So then we will come back to you with his attack. Alright, so now his Lord will be going in. He's got 3 base attacks plus 1 for the charge. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, so 2 hits. Well, does he have Veteran of the Long War?
Yes.
So let's re-roll those. Yep. Alright, so 1 more hit there. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s, AP2. So that is 3 dead. So I will be lost combat there by 3. So looking for 6, leadership of 6. They failed. So do you want to see if you can catch me? What's your initiative?
Initiative 6.
Okay. Yes, you catch me. So we will just be locked in combat. All right, so moving over to here, he rolled the D3 for the miasma and rolled a 2. So my guy is going to go at initiative step 3, as well as his plague marine. So he is going to go into the demons over there. 4 attacks, 3 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. Weapon skill is now a 4. Yours is 3, right? Or no, yeah. Weapon skill. What's your weapon skill? 3. 3. So hitting on 3s. All right, so 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling, nope, not rerolling ones because he is not part of the Aquila kill team. So we got 2 wounds. No, their toughness 4, right? So no wounds. All right, so we'll come back to you with his attacks. Now the Plague Marine's going to go. 2 hits, hitting on 4s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That is not a wound. All right. All right, so now my 1 guy there and his guys are going to go. We'll go with my guy first. 2 attacks, hitting on, going into the demons there. Hitting on 4s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Really good at rolling 3s. And now here comes the Herald's hits. Hitting on 3s, right? Yep. So that's all hits. Poison 4 up. All right, so we got 3 wounds. 3 up saves, because it doesn't make a difference. Okay, 1 guy is dead. And now come the 4 attacks from the regular Plague Marines, hitting on, what's their weapon skill? 3?
3.
So hitting on 4s. So we got 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Poison 4 up. Got 2 wounds. 2 3 up armor saves. Whoa, failed 1. So, who's gonna die? I'll figure this one out. All right, so I took it on the librarian. He is dead. So, I lost combat by 2. So, looking for leadership 8. Failed that. What's your best initiative? Mine's a 3. Yours is...
Yeah, because of the... Or no.
3, right?
Well,
all right, let's see. All right. So you need to get it beat an 8. You do. 9. So we are locked in combat. All right. So that is the end of the chaos turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you after. Well, no one's going to move, so we'll just come back to you on turn 5 with the Deathwatch. Yeah, we're just going to go back to you with the Deathwatch assault phase on turn 5. All right, so we're going to start off the fight sub phase up here with them. We've got 4 attacks coming from them. These are going to be hitting on 4s. All right, I'm not getting to reroll because fewer tactics don't help them. Wounding on 5s. We got no wounds. All right, so now you get to attack back with 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Not getting to reroll this turn, so wounding on 2s. Yep, he did. So now let's see if their leadership, looking for an 8. They're good, so he will be locked in combat. All right, so over here, he rolled -2 again. So his Herald is going to go first here. Hitting on, what's your weapon skill?
Weapon skill
5, so hitting on 3s. Got 3 hits, poison 4 up. I got 1 wound. 1, 3 up armor save. Oh, that's rough, because that is Slay the Warlord. Bwomp bwomp. All right, so that is it for the Deathwatch here on turn 5. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Chaos on turn 5. All right, so we come down to this one final battle here between my one brave Deathwatch veteran against his Chaos Lord. He has watched as his brethren have been slaughtered at his hands with that chain fist ripping through their armor and flesh. So we come down to this, a final deciding call. He bellowed out to his men, "Stay back, this one is mine." And this is what we come down to. So we're just going to move on to the fight subphase here to decide it all. So I've got 2 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Nope, I missed both. This is not going to go well. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Yeah. Oh. If you roll a 1, I could survive. Oh, no, he didn't, so he's dead. So that is how this game ends, with a Chaos victory. A bloody game. The Deathwatch got obliterated real bad on that one. But that was a ton of fun. And I think, oh man, he made Feel No Pains like it was his job. He might as well just quit his day job at the army. Just quit your day job with the army and then just roll 6s for life. You know, you could do that, man. So, yeah, I had a great time. It was a blast. His models look fantastic. And that was just a lot of fun. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly did. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Hogshead. And until next time, have fun.